All right, Blackburn Social Club, God bless America. Talking style today, talking denim, talking fit of this denim. I've been talking to you guys a lot about boots and a lot about, my search for the best quality in clothes and the best style and how I keep talking about how difficult it is to find the right thing when you can't walk in just anywhere and get this. Now, if you live in some of these fashion cities, you live in New York, you live in Los Angeles, you can go to some of these stores, you can walk in and try something on and walk out with it. Nashville's got a few places like that. I mean, you can go to Imogene and Willie, you can go to there's a double RL store. I mean, there's several places you can go and get high quality stuff, but you're not going to find Ironheart there. And if you guys have been listening to me, you know that I've kind of landed on Ironheart being one of my go-tos. It's the way they're made, the attention to detail, the quality, the thickness. And even stranger is their thickness of denim mixed with the comfort of it. It's bizarre how such a big roped fabric can actually be so soft. But that being said, I mean, there's the difficulty comes in because there's 10 different sizes or 10 different fits, 10 different cuts, 10 different styles, tapers, rises. There's just so much to take in, and like I said before, when you can't walk into a store and try it on and look at it, you're forced to ordering this stuff online, opening it up. Do I want to return it? Do I just want to wear something that that I don't like or it's not flattering? So that's where I hope these are beneficial to you. That's where me watching some of these videos have been beneficial to me, because I can hear what people are saying. I can see people with my body shape, my size, and I can go with that. So that being said, let me give you some baselines on me. Maybe even I'll stand up so you can see. Now, keep in mind, the camera apparently adds 10 pounds. I didn't need that help, but here we are. So I am 6'1". I am a 34-ish waisted guy. Now I say 34-ish because y'all know as well as I do, there's so many different clothing manufacturers, and that 34 could be a 36 in one jean, it could be a 32 or a 33 in another jean. We've talked about all that ad nauseum. In fact, these jeans right here, these are Levi's 511s. These are those busted, shredded. I mean, like I said, it's storming outside, so I'm just wearing some busted jeans. But these are 36s. Now, these 36s fit really loose, and I've got a lot of take up in them. But you get the drift. You get the gist of how big I am. Right now, I'm weighing about 195 pounds. So 6'1", 195. What else do you want to know? I'm a size 11.5 boot. Now, these jeans, let me sit back down. I just wanted to give you a baseline of what size I am. So, a lot of my expensive jeans that I've been wearing, I started losing weight at 280 pounds. So I'm down quite a bit. So that means that I had jeans in a 40 size, I had jeans in a 38 size. I started buying nice jeans in 38s, and then I came down to 36s, and now I'm having to find them in 35s, 34s, depending on the make. Ironheart has, they tend to be actual sizing. So if I can say that clearly, what I'm saying is, here's a pair of 36s and Ironhearts, and if I took my tape measure, this should be right at 18 inches across. Can you see that? Let me back up so you can. And they're dead up 18 inches across. So that's what I mean when I say true sizing or real accurate sizing, because somebody else's so-so denim, so-so clothing, for example, their 36-inch waist is actually labeled a 33. So just for clarity's sake, Ironheart is actual sizing. Now, I've got all three of their straight leg, straight fit cuts here. Each one of them fits a little different in the top block, which is, this area here. Each one of them fits a little different. I wanted to show you how to measure these so you can kind of get a feel for how they'll fit. And I don't know, maybe I'll do another video where I'm just focused on actually wearing these, or I'll work in some shorts or some kind of, I'll figure something out where I can show you guys what it looks like on, but that wasn't my intention today. I just wanted to sit here and talk about this stuff. So, but let me break these down. So I've got a 555, a 666, and a 777. And I'm not going to tell you by memory what each of them are. I'm actually going to lay them out and measure them so you can see what I'm talking about, and we can do that together. So let's start with the 555s. This is a size 34 555. I have got a pair of a 35-inch 555, so they should be about a half inch wider on the waist measurement. And they've been a little loose in the body and the top block, so I went ahead and went down to a 34. We're going to find out if that was a mistake. Now, these I've actually worn, so I know that was good, but even still, so at the waist, this 34-inch 555 is 17 and a quarter, so that's 34 and a half, roughly. An important measurement on the 555s is the low rise, and so I'm looking at 11 inches on the front, and roughly 14 and a half, 15 on the back rise. At the thigh, which is, you drop 2 inches down below the crotch, I've got 11 and a half inches. At the knee, I've got 8 inches, maybe 8 and a quarter. And at the leg opening, right at 8. So when I say a straight leg, that's kind of what I'm talking about. There's not a ton of taper coming down from that. I mean, the knee to the leg opening is pretty straight. A little bit of, obviously there's a little bit on the, from the thigh, which you would expect. And let me just go across the hips. I've got 21 inches. So this is where I'm talking about the top block, giving you more room in your hips, and that may make for, if you're like me and you got no ass, the hip measurement is going to give you a lot of baggy, around that waist that you either got to learn to get along with, get ass implants, or find a jean that's narrower in the hips. So again, just to let you know, 17 and a half or 17 and a quarter at the waist, and then it jumps up to 20, 21 at the hips. So that's the 555. Now I'm going to struggle trying to remember these going from jean to jean. But then you got their 666, which is, I want to say that's their, and I'm really going to screw this up because I've got a 34, a 33, and a 36 that I'm trying to compare. I wished I'd had the exact same size, but I don't, because again, I'm trying to mix it up and find something that truly fits as I'm losing some weight. But again, we're doing this so that we can see together. So here's a 33 in the 666, which is their slim fit. Now, this 33 is measured at 17. So I know for a fact that that's going to fit me. because those 17 and a halves do, and they're, they could be a little bit snugger. Now let me see if you remember the 17 and a half here went wide at the hips to 21. Let's see if these go just as wide, just as dramatic, and they don't. So that's 17 at the waist, and it's 20 at the hips. So that takes an inch out of that top block, which is probably going to help my no ass at all problem. Going to the thigh measurement, 10 and a half on the thigh. Let me get you the knee, and then I'll get you the leg opening. Knee is 8 and a half. Leg opening is 8. So what you got in the 666 is a much slimmer fit through the hips, through the thigh, through the knee, and the leg opening is about the same. So the 555s are a little bit roomier, just measuring them. And keep in mind, I'm not hanging my hat on the size that it's quoting. I'm talking proportionally, starting at the waist and working your way down the leg. Proportionally, the 555 is a little bit roomier than a 666. So here is the 777, and again, I can't even remember what their website says each one of these are. But let's just talk proportions so that we can see, which one, which cut feels like what. So these are the 36 777s. And they are a true 18 inches across at the waist. That's what we would expect. They're true to size. But now let's talk proportions. So 36 or 18 at the waist, they're a full 22 inches at the hips. So that shows you that 777 proportionally is more like the 555, and that hip size immediately, gets I'm going to look at that again. 22. Maybe it's the same, maybe it's similar to the 555, because I'm looking at the measurement, and that's an 18 with 5 inches added across the hips. I'll pull them back out because we're gonna wear this out today. This is gonna be a 20-minute long video easily on fits of the Ironheart jean, which, by the way, these things are not cheap. So if you're about to drop, new, they can be $300, $400. If you're about to drop that kind of money, know what you're going into, know what you're getting. So that's what I'm here for. At the thigh, 12 inches. At the knee, 9 inches. And at the leg opening, 8 inches. So I'm going to go back and measure at the rise. Let me see if I didn't do that on the 666s. Rise, you got an 11 inch on the front, 14 on the back. I think I'm just telling y'all straight out, and I haven't even worn these 666s. These are new to me today. But I think I'm going to like that fit because I know what the rest of these fit like. I know where they're baggy, and I know where I wish, I found myself wishing I had a more to fill out, because I just like a better fitting jean now. So let me say this one more time. These 17s, these are 34 waisted, 17 at the waist, 21 to an 11. It's almost like I'll have to get online and try to figure out why the 666 or the 555 and the 777 are even different, because proportionally they seem to be the same cut. They seem to start at a waist and then add 6-8 inches at the hips, 17 to 21. So somebody do the math for me. That's adding 4 inches to the hips. The 555s are 17, adding 21 and a half maybe. So maybe there's just a little bit extra room on the top block in the 555. I think the legs and everything else are proportionally, dropping the same way. So that being said, the 666 looks like their thinnest cut, slimmest cut, and that's probably going to be my go-to now. And once you find out what kind of a cut you want, once you find that, then you just dial in the waist size. And I guess it's going to depend. I mean, a lot of people, if you're working out all the time and you got big monstrous legs, you need those roomier top blocks because you need something that's giving you, that's where you want the waist to fit, but you got to have something to get over your legs. And again, keep in mind these thicker denims, 21 ounce. This is their 25 ounce and another 21 ounce. You're not going to get the stretch out of those that you get out of your American Eagle yoga pant denim nowadays. So I don't know. That's a whole lot of measuring and a whole lot of talking. So I don't know if you guys followed that, but for a recap, just know this: I love Ironheart denim. I mean, I love their jeans. They're as I'm getting rid of other things that aren't fitting, I'm replacing with Ironheart, just because, again, after going through brand after brand after brand, I keep seeing the same consistency here in comfortable quality. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to say a value because they're expensive. And you guys could pick me to death on if you spend, you could spend 1/10 as much on jeans and you could probably get 2 or 3 wears or 2 or 3 years worth out of them. And so somebody's saying, yeah, but I can keep that for a lifetime. I don't know what good that really does you. So I'm not going to say value, but just because, let's be honest, they're expensive. But if that's what you like, if that's what you are fond of, and I've never once claimed to be anything other than somebody that buys what I want because I want it, and once I perceive there to be a value, I'll jump all over that. Like I talked about iron and resin in that jacket. I still need to do that video. Iron and Resin is this company that has a tremendous value and a tremendous punch above their weight class, because I can compare the Iron and Resin waxed canvas jacket to the one that I got from Ironheart, and I almost can't tell the difference. So when you see something like that that's half the money, that looks just as good, wears just as good, feels just as good, the same quality materials, when you see that side by side, that's when you start talking value. But I'm not going to lie to you and say I have not found a jean better made yet than Ironheart. I just struggle at the cost, and so I'm fully transparent with you guys. They're expensive. That being said, I'm thinking the 666 is going to be the right fit for me and for my body shape right now. That being, now you can still wear all these others. You can still do it. They're not that big. They're not grotesquely baggy or anything like that. I'll probably keep them and just keep wearing them in the rotations. But I think my favorite fit is going to be the 666. You guys be blessed. We're 22 minutes in and we're still talking about jeans. So I won't go into this wicked nice Hiroshi Kato lined denim short coat. I want that shirt jacket. I won't talk about that just yet. I may do that in a totally separate video just because I do have some iron and resin stuff that I want to show y'all, and I may put that in that video. You guys be blessed. Talk soon. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you. Bye.